Hello. Well, crazy tech. I had my iPad set up and it stopped working. It said broadcast failed. So we are on my iPhone and we'll just pretend like we're starting, okay? Last time we had this time, I'm glad you're all not 20 and you're just like, oh brother. So this happens. Anyway, today we have lots of good things to talk about. We have the protein subject today, and I believe you're going to learn a lot. I have just a little sidebar. I was a home economics major a million years ago, and double major, well, I had a minor in nutrition. We had so much foods and microbiology, and we even had to take chemistry. And so, anyway, I've always been very interested in nutrition. And of course, over all those years, it has changed a lot in the information. And one of those changes is in protein needs, as our huge demographic now comprises a lot of our America's population, and I'm sure after this last census it'll be even more revealing, or the census going on now. So anyway, the RDA, which is the recommended daily allowance for protein, has kept up now with the research on us 50-plussers, and they're finding out that we need more. And that's no surprise, because we haven't been studied very much before. But before I start, I wanted to read something to you that often, I prepare for these ahead, except for technical, and I have found that when some other thoughts come right before, they're worthy to share. So I'm going to share this with you. We're about restoring healthy weight and to eat healthy so that we can win this battle on aging gracefully. That's why we're doing this, right? And our goals for this group are to do more for ourselves so that we can be more for others. And therefore, that's why we want to eat healthy, so we're able to do more. I want to reinforce always and always that it is never too late, ever too late, to begin this journey. And we don't fight this battle, you all, with self-condemnation or guilt. Most of us have stopped and started and stopped and started. We've gained the weight back with friends, and that's even more discouraging. And so my goal today is not to be overwhelming. My goal is to be able to give you knowledge. And the reason we need knowledge is that it will equip us. And so we all know we need the basic food groups and whatnot. But do we know the details? Have we kept up with all this research? So we're going to equip ourselves and enlighten ourselves with healthy attitudes. And that will empower us to have healthy lifestyles. Our 3 pillars are just that: healthy attitudes, healthy lifestyles, and healthy homes. So please don't let discouragement of past failures or your current state defeat you and rob you of the beautiful life you and I are all meant to be. So let's talk about how much protein. Well, I was surprised because there's more and more research that says we need 70 grams of protein about. So if you take your weight, and some of the formulas are you take it times 0.04 or 0.05-ish, or 4.5. So basically, if someone weighs 150 pounds, then they would need 70, 75 grams of protein a day. And that is not an easy amount to get if it's not just having a big steak at night. If it is doing the best for our bodies, and that's to split it up 3 times a day. Another reason why we need to eat breakfast. Protein in the morning is really important. And our next session, or next at some point, excuse me, is going to be what are the signs we're not getting enough protein, and deciphering labels. It's sometimes not easy to know what incarnation these labels are telling us. So we're going to learn knowledge about that so we can go, bam, got this. And then we can know on our wellness graph what we're doing each day or most of the days in a week. So we are needing proteins daily because unfortunately our bodies store fats and they store carbs, but they do not store protein. Protein gives us the muscle, can keep our muscles strong, bones, skin, and protein is where we derive amino acids, and those are very, very important for us. And our body doesn't manufacture them. We need the protein to do so. So to give you an idea, a chicken breast has about 30 grams of protein. Most of us aren't having a chicken breast for breakfast, right? I'm going to show you what I had for breakfast this morning, and I do a lot, but I have to pump it up because there's not enough protein. The conundrum is I love eggs, but my cholesterol started, going up and up because I was eating a lot of eggs. Normally didn't bother my cholesterol, but as some other things in aging, even though I'm exercising and whatnot, it was creeping up. So I've been doing more oatmeal in the morning, but I don't get enough protein. So here's what I'm doing. This is, there's Bob's oatmeal, which is, it just kicks it up a notch. I don't happen to have any right now. I didn't check that protein. But this protein for a serving is 5 grams. So that's not so much. So I add peanut butter powder. And I've told any of you that saw my breakfast one way back, I did a lot of this on that one, but now we're on protein and we're going to repeat this. So in this, I get 6 grams. This is the peanut butter powder. I got it at Walmart. I also bought this brand. It just spoke to me. I think it has a little less sugar. Both of these were from Walmart. So far, I have, what did I say? I have 5 grams in the oatmeal. I have 6, so there's 11 so far. All right? I'm still not, that's if I need, going on 70 a day, maybe I don't need that many, but I aim for 70 because I need the protein. So say I need 70 and I only have this so far, I got a long way to go, right? So collagen is our friend, and I want to talk about that a little bit, but not at this moment. But this is collagen protein. It's Ancient Nutrition. I got it on Amazon. I think it was around $30, something like that. and it's only 1 scoop. And 1 scoop, so there's quite a few, there's a lot of servings. There's 45 servings in here, so that's a pretty good buy, you all, a very good buy. But anyway, there's 9 grams of protein in here. So with the oatmeal, the peanut butter powder, and the collagen protein, I now have 20 grams to start my day. And that gets me going. Now, if because I also said that I was watching cholesterol, having egg whites, I can have as much as I want. There's no cholesterol. The cholesterol is in the yolk. The protein is in the white. I had a friend of mine argue with me. No, Mitzi, you're exactly opposite. I said, no. I said, check me on this, but I think this is correct. And yes, it is. So this has 0 fat, 0 trans fat, and it has 0 added sugar and 5 grams of protein. So if I have a couple servings of this, I have 10 grams of protein. And I do this a lot, and I also do it for lunch. I love avocado toast, but instead of doing a whole egg, I just do this in a skillet, and it cooks up like this. I add a little salt and pepper, and not a lot of salt, and avocado, and the tomatoes right now are beyond fabulous, right? So why they're so fantastic, good old Ohio tomatoes or wherever you are, I do, and sometimes, often, because I need it to keep me sustained, I will do it on a piece of bread. And I'm going to try and stay on track. There's so much I want to tell you, but this is a healthy bread. It's an oatmeal bread. I get it at the Amish or the Mennonite markets here, but there's lots of good breads that you can do. Ezekiel breads are great. Anyway, I do this. I do the avocado, tomato, and the egg white, and I am so full. That really sustains me. Now, another way to get protein is, this is a really good quality of shake. And dairy is not a lot of our friend. And why I do not want to forget about soy. No, no, no soy for us girls. It is not good for to prevent breast cancer and some other things. But soy is not our friend. And I gotta tell you, find a bar that doesn't have soy. Or if it doesn't have soy, it has a ton of sugar. Or it's chock full of nuts or something. And some of us don't do well with a lot of nuts. And so if you all have a good protein bar, I would love to know about it that doesn't taste like cardboard. And so I'm on a mission for that. If you find it, please let us know. All right. This is a whey protein, and this works super for me. And I will, as Emerald says, kick it up a notch with fruit or whatnot. But this, would you believe, has 30 grams of protein. That's fantastic. So, and sometimes I'll add some peanut butter powder to it, or half a banana. My sister does a half a frozen banana, which makes it really good. She does the peanut butter powder, half a banana, the chocolate, dark chocolate of this, even more protein. It is really good, and it sustains you. So these are great suggestions for you all. Lunch is my hardest, and so I do like tuna fish, and a serving of tuna fish, would you believe, gives you 28 grams of protein. That's really good. This is a good brand of chicken breast, and it's Costco, but you may have good brands where you are. I've not tried that many. I've been leery of them, but this really is good. and it has 13 grams, and you can pump it up by having more of the chicken. It's so healthy. This is a good way to get your protein. And of course, mix it with whatever, have it on a salad. And the yogurt. This says light and fit. Then there's only 80 calories, but it has, when we get into labels, this has 6 grams of sugar, and that's times 4. So it's like 30, whatever, almost 30 grams on that. That's a lot of sugar. So there's other brands that have hardly any sugar. I don't know if it's Chobani, other Greek yogurts. Really, I have to be careful, again, eating a lot of yogurt because dairy is not always my friend, so I eat it in small amounts. But I like to, again, kick it up with yummy peaches or canned fruit, frozen fruit, whatever. Something I discovered that I had a cup of this yesterday. It's we've had gorgeous weather in northeastern Ohio, but it's been rainy and just cloudy and all of that. So I wanted something warm. I was hungry. It was mid-afternoon, and this is beef bone broth. There's chicken, and I couldn't believe it, but there's 10 grams of protein in just 8 ounces. That's fantastic also. And it's very filling, and it tastes good. Of course, this can be added to anything. So, along with reading labels and getting the amount of protein is, I talked about supplements because I do the AM and PM. I can't tell you how much I think we all don't get what we need every day. So these are all figured out for me. I add a few more, but not that many. And then probiotics for our tummy. Our intestinal system determines our health. They know now. And so if we don't have good gut health, what good is all of this? We need to take care of our digestive tracts. So probiotics as we age is a no-brainer, right? We're also learning more and more that collagen helps our gut health. And I mentioned, I think it was last time or one of the times, that they say now that your gut is the second brain. It really controls everything that's going on. And as we age, this has been a challenge for most of us to keep the weight off, have a happy tummy. So when they say aging is not for sissies, they pretty much mean that, don't they? But we can do it. Okay, so we're going to wrap up with the wellness guide. How do you keep track of all this every day? Well, I figure that if we can write it down, it will help a great deal. And like I've also said, bad grammar, I'm always saying pretty much, I know what I'm doing most days, which again, people roll their eyes at me, but I do. It's the way it works for me. But on your wellness guide, you will have every day of the week, and then you have your food, and it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's just to check if you've eaten breakfast, if you've eaten lunch, if you've eaten dinner. And then also we talked about what makes a healthy aging. And it is supplements, exercise, you can check what kind of exercise, sleep, how many hours, fun time, that's important, and downtime. And nobody defines what fun time is for you, but downtime is when we de-stress. And that's important, very important, because we talked about how stress affects us. So then you have your food guide, your daily, and I wrote on here, aging gracefully 1 pound at a time. And it's a food log, and it's my philosophy that's kept me going all these whatever decades. 80-20 goal, 80% is healthy food I recommend for you, and most people do, and 20% not so healthy. You want to have ice cream, you want to have pizza, chip dip, all that. Okay? So it tells you how many grams you should aim for daily. And so the protein wrote 70 grams, carbs 80 grams, and sugars 30 grams. And the conundrum is it's a challenge to get in our protein, and then the sugars and the carbs, they're like, we have to hold those down. And one of the times we're going to be talking is about that, the carbs and the sugars. Because I love a crunch. I have tried not, and it doesn't work for me. And this is my point, that if you need to have something that just works for you, have it in small amounts and don't deprive yourself. For me, and I think a lot of other people, it's what helps them stay into healthy aging, i.e. healthy lifestyle. So I was not going to do a post next weekend, being Labor Day weekend. So I may pop in to you all later in the week and continue this. I'm just not sure. So you'll have to keep posted. But I believe I have hit everything I wanted to tell you, other than we're going to be doing the signs of not enough protein and deciphering labels. And then I'm asking you all, if you have an app that helps you know, my husband had one that if he ate a Wendy's hamburger, it broke it down into how many calories. I don't remember if it said how many grams of each of these that we're talking about. I know they're out there. You know the phrase, there's an app for that. So that's it for today. Sorry about the technical, but I hope this helped you have a healthy attitude, to have a healthy lifestyle. Bye-bye.